We're now into the top 40 on TSN's annual list of the top 50 NHL players. Evan Bouchard, one of the most polarizing defensemen in the league. The Oilers blue liner comes in at number 39. Craig, where do you land on Bouchard? Is that too high, too low, or just right?
Yeah, I look at ranges, Gino, and I think that he's in a range somewhere between 30 and 40. He ends up closer to 40. I have no problem with that. I think Evan Bouchard obviously is a polarizing figure. Why is he a polarizing figure? Because we see the giveaways, we see the turnovers. But when you look at amongst all defensemen in the National Hockey League and you look at turnover rate, Evan Bouchard's turnover rate is in the top 5 best of all defensemen in the National Hockey League. Why? He has the puck a lot, so he has a lot more turnovers, and maybe some of them are a lot more glaring than other ones. But I think Evan Bouchard is a terrific player. I think Evan Bouchard provides so much value to the Edmonton Oilers with respect to the power play and the ability to take the focus off of McDavid and Draisaitl.
It's such a good point by Craig about offensive defensemen who have the puck a lot. The more you have it, the more you like to make plays. Obviously, the more there are going to be times where you turn it over and it might look like a glaring mistake, and Evan Bouchard certainly is guilty of that. Listen, I think he's fine at 39. This is where the list becomes really subjective because some people might look at a list like this and say, okay, best players, and I'm including defensemen, they'll find time for players like Jacob Slavin to have them higher than Evan Bouchard. Maybe someone like Gus Forsling because they're really good, they're the best at what they do well, shutting down defensemen. Now, Evan Bouchard, in his conversation, is going to be looked at with the offensive players. Cale Makar, Quinn Hughes, Adam Fox, Josh Morrissey, these types of guys. So I don't have an issue with Evan Bouchard being right where he is. Some people would have him lower. Some people would have him higher. The list really becomes subjective when you look at these types of players.
All right, let's make our way up the list. Macklin Celebrini makes our list at number 38. He had 63 points as a rookie last season. He's still only 19. The Sharks' first overall pick in 2024 won't even turn 20 until after this season. Frankie, what's this kid's ceiling?
The ceiling for Macklin Celebrini is huge. It's sky high, and he's not going to hit it this year. As time goes on and the San Jose Sharks become a better team, we will see Macklin Celebrini hit his ceiling. But I absolutely think there's going to be significant improvement in points per game and points in general for Celebrini this year. You have to keep in mind, he missed 12 games last season, and he came back from an ankle injury, and he still had an excellent rookie season. Now, San Jose has a little more skill on their team. They're trying to climb the ladder, and Celebrini has already solidified himself as a really good 200-foot player. With all that being said, not having to battle with an ankle injury in the early goings of the season, another year in the league, a little more experience, I could see Macklin Celebrini putting together an 80 to 85 point season in his second year in the NHL.
Well, I'm going to jump all over that high ceiling and totally agree with Frankie. And then I'm going to make the big statement. I think he's lowercase Sidney Crosby. Now, I don't know what else I can say in terms of ceiling. He was the best player at 16 years of age in the USHL, the MVP. He went to the NCAA as a 17-year-old. He was the best player in the NCAA at 17 years of age. He came into the NHL last year, and when you think about everything that Frankie just said with respect to the ankle injury and still what he produced, it was beyond impressive. Yes, Gino, I see him as lowercase Sidney Crosby. You can decide if that's high enough. Maybe there's even a higher ceiling, but that would put him in amongst the all-time greats. I don't see him better than Crosby, but similar type style.
Bold statement from Mr. Button. All right, one spot up on Celebrini is Sens captain Brady Tkachuk at number 37. He clearly was not 100% for a good chunk of last season, but now he says he's fully healthy. Craig, 55 points was a big dip by Tkachuk's own standards. How big of a bounce back do you expect to see from him this season?
Couple of things I'm going to say about Brady Tkachuk. Brady Tkachuk is about winning. I don't get focused in on Brady Tkachuk's points. We know he was injured last year. We know there was a dip there. I have every confidence that Brady Tkachuk will get back to the level of offensive production that we saw and what he's capable of. But what Brady Tkachuk never dips in is attitude, approach to winning. Give it everything you got. Take no prisoners. That's why the Ottawa Senators made the playoffs last year. And that's what Brady Tkachuk is about first and foremost. So he might not get to the same level of points. That's not what he's interested in. He's interested in helping a team win, and he does it every time he steps on the ice.
And listen, it's all about winning for the Ottawa Senators, and Brady Tkachuk is going to play a big role in that. But I think there's two reasons why Brady Tkachuk has a better offensive season this year than he did last year. And the first one, you already mentioned, Gino. If Brady Tkachuk is playing healthy, that is going to help him. He plays a robust, physical, in-your-face style of game. Not easy to stay healthy. There's going to be moments where you have to work through it. Brady Tkachuk does an excellent job of working through all of that stuff. But the second reason, and I think this is really important for the success of the Ottawa Senators, is they are going to implement more offensive schemes in their game plans this year, especially at 5-on-5. They made the playoffs last year pretty comfortably, and they were bottom 5 team at scoring 5-on-5 last year. That is not going to be the case again this year. They were so deeply entrenched in what they were trying to do defensively, and it got them to where they were going. Now, they'll need to find a little more offense at 5-on-5, and Brady Tkachuk is going to have to be a reason why they get there.
Going to be fun to watch it unfold. Just 30 names left on the TSN Top 50. The next 10 players will be revealed on Wednesday.